Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to present House Bill 194 today. Passage of House Bill 194 will provide educators another tool that will contribute to the success of those students who attend alternative schools in Kentucky. There are approximately 23,000 students enrolled in alternative programs in Kentucky today. This represents about 3% of our student population statewide. The vast majority of these students are making suitable academic progress and are on track to graduate with a high school diploma. But for that small number of those who are not, other options are needed. House Bill 194 provides an additional opportunity for that limited pool of students who may see themselves as being at a dead end. Students in alternative programs who are at least 17 years old and who have insufficient high school credits to graduate within a reasonable time period and who are attending alternative high schools find themselves in a position where they just resign themselves to failure. They simply become another dropout statistic. Basically, they look at their situation and say, there's no hope, so why bother? But providing an efficient opportunity for these students to obtain a GED, they can change their likely future path from one of dead-end jobs to a path that can lead to continued post-secondary education, possibly learn a technical trade, or perhaps join the military and have a career in the military. Specifically, House Bill 194 provides high school students who are at least 17 years old or attending an alternative high school and who have been identified as one who will not achieve the needed credits to graduate from high school as determined by their local school board and school principal, the option of earning a GED. While still attending high school, I should say, they'll be getting their GED while they're still in high school. Currently, this option is not available. In short, that's what House Bill 184 does. It gives students who see themselves as having no other options a final chance at earning a GED and thus opening doors for their future. Mr. Speaker, I do have 3 floor amendments that I need to call. I request that the clerk call House Floor Amendment number 1.
Clerk, please report.
House Floor Amendment 1 to House Bill 194.
Gentleman from Davis.
Subsequent to presenting House Bill 194 in committee, and in consultation with CASA and KDE, we felt there was a need for language to be added that more clearly spelled out how a student is identified as one who's not going to graduate from high school. Floor Amendment 1 encourages KDE to provide guidance to local school boards for developing a policy for identifying those students, and it also requires that local school boards develop such a policy. It also specifies that a student who does earn a high school equivalency diploma shall be exempt from compulsory school attendance. Mr. Speaker, I move for adoption of House Floor Amendment 1.
Motion is for the adoption of House Floor Amendment 1. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, those in favor signify by voting aye. Those opposed, nay. House Floor Amendment 1 is adopted. Gentleman from Davis.
Mr. Speaker, request that the clerk report House Floor Amendment 2.
Clerk, please report.
House Floor Amendment 2 to House Bill 194.
Gentleman from Davis.
House Floor Amendment 2 is simply a technical amendment that identifies the Department of Juvenile Justice as being responsible for implementing this statute, not CHFS. Currently, Juvenile Justice actually does oversee this program and has for some time.